Why Buddhism not most popular religion, not people fast choice Swiss. This is very difficult and complex questions. Many Buddhist brothers sister used to ask this question. Venerable, Buddha is a human figure and humans enlightened person as a great human, but as a great humans, but Buddhism, this modern time, is still not the most popular for people in the world because of our presentation. Our presentation is very important. However, you see the any product in a market is a good or bad, is a longevity or short time or long timer, less benefit or more benefit. It depend to your seller and marketing advertising. Buddhism is very deep, not a product, but this is as an example. Buddhism is wonderful. We Buddhists know, we Buddhists understand this, but we have to present peoples. This Buddhism and Buddha teaching, how benefited, how profitable, how prosperous, how productive, how important in human lives, for humanities. We need to present it. If you cannot present, you cannot understand others, then people will not understand. As other religions, there are other religious people such as Christian, Catholic. I always admire their activity, their work, because they have a two category workers, two category propagator, two category fees of the teaching or teacher. One category darken themselves, ground levels, house to house, door to door, slum to slum, person to person, very vulnerable, very poor, very privileged peoples with dealings and communicated, link and connected. And how can they survive with them? How can they help them, care them? How can they understand them? How can they cooperate them? And the cooperating, that kind of knowledge, wisdom, and their schools teach them, train them, and coaching them. And they use this technique, that is, whatever they learn, they use this ground level of the vulnerable people, privileged peoples, weaker people, undeveloped people. And then they develop then awareness, then awaken them, then inspire them. They become influence to them. And this is the way that dominate those vulnerable people, because our worlds, half of the populations are vulnerable and privileged, undeveloped. Because those priests eat their food, wearing their dress, and wearing, sleeping their house, and taking bath their bathrooms, and walking their street, their road, drinking their waters, and learning their language, reading their mind, eating their food, breathing their air, and that become their friend, their brother, their sister, their family member. This is the way they become popular with them, their community, their society, their slum, their village, their remote place, in a jungles, remote area, those Christian brothers, sisters working there and helping them, awareness them, awaken them, giving shadow to them. Very wonderful. Their work, but we Buddhist monk very behind from them. We Buddhists very behind from them. And the another side, there are some moderns, high class, high qualities monks, and how those educated, developed, rich, super rich people with communicate with these religions, this spirituality, how can motivate them, how connect and link with them, cooperate with them. And that's kind of technique also they have. The follow modernity, technologies, that kind of projection, their kind of productions, their kind of technique, and the connect with also rich with many kind of taints, such as how you can inspire them. This is the religion, this is the faith, very helpful. Your richest life, your worldly life will protect this religion and spirituality, help you to stay wealthy, more wealthier, and healthy, more healthier, and fish and more fishers, and many kind of technique there they apply and they adopt, they create. Another side, you have a middle class world, and middle class people with their way, their technique, their language, their food, their lifestyle, their culture, tradition, they all adopted, and then they inspiring them, they make them friend, become their family members. This is the way that win their heart, that win their heart. But we Buddhists very behind of them, very behind of them only Buddhist monks. But our Buddhist school, college, the teaching Sutra, Vinaya, Abhidhamma, creating many scholars, many researchers, many philosophers. But those philosophers, researchers, scholars cannot work grand levels. They cannot survive in a grand level, rural level, remote levels, remote place. They cannot work. This Buddhist scholar, Buddhist philosopher, Buddhist educator, expert, these Buddhist monks cannot survive on a ground levels, cannot work with these vulnerable people, privileged people, undeveloped people for, cannot eat their food, cannot drink their water, cannot sleep their those broken house, cannot walk on their street, their broken street, cannot make them with friend, cannot be there become family member because of their lifestyle, their expectation, their demand is very high, their expectation very high. They have no sacrifice. They only learn how to sacrifice, but they never practice this sacrifice. That's why very important in monastic. Please sacrifice technique and train and coaching them, not only certifications, Not only certification is not enough. However, many Mangnan I saw this time, many kind of doctorate degree, many kind of degree, they have certificate from many universities, but they cannot work with people, they cannot convince people, they cannot contribute with people, they cannot cultivate for peoples, they cannot communicate, they cannot cooperate, inspiring, they cannot influence anyone. They just their degree, they just stay themselves enjoying their life. But they cannot help people. They cannot rescue the people because of their have no surviving skill, not surviving knowledge. How ground level you go and work with them, work in people, enlighten people, those undeveloped people, vulnerable people, hopeless people, helpless people, how you rescue them, how same air you breathe, same water you have to drink, same food you have to eat, same chair you have to sit, same spouse, same bed, same house you have to sit with them. Side by side with them and hang out with them, hug them, love them, make friendship with them, make family with them, like a family. They will treat you as like a family member, their brother, their sister. How you can treat them, how you survive with them. Buddhist monk cannot go work with African brother people, brother sister, even cannot work Indian many caste system people, many vulnerable undeveloped people. We Buddhist monk, only Indian Buddhist monk can work with them, but in Burma monk cannot work because they don't have surviving skill. They don't learn Indian tradition, Indian language, Indian culture. They cannot eat Indian food, not habitables, Indian waters. They cannot drink. This is a big problem. In Thai monk, you come in India, they cannot drink Indian water, they cannot eat Indian food, they cannot speak Indian language, they cannot wear Indian dress, Indian cloth, they cannot stay Indian people house, they cannot be friend with Indian people. Then they only work with high class people, but we have many undeveloped people, weaker people, privileged people, vulnerable people. They need your house. That's why you are the Buddhist monk, Buddhism. That's the problem. Even Mahayana, Japanese brother, Korean brother, they cannot work with Indian people, African people, because of they don't have survival. Even Latino people, Latin America, many poor people, Middle East, many poor people. It's need. That's why you need a special practical surviving skills, surviving training. We don't have that kind of training. Our school, college and system, Mahayana school, Theravada school, Bajrang school don't do this. That's why we cannot win in inspiring people, motivating people. People not connect with us, join with our group, not benefiting self. We cannot benefit them, they cannot get any benefit from us. That's why our group is smaller than smaller, not become larger than larger, because we can't work with them. They can't enter with us. And many Buddhist monasteries, Mahayana, Vajrayana, very luxurious, very defensive. Many undeveloped or poor people cannot enter there, cannot allow enter, because their dress, their food, their culture, their tradition, their conditions, we not allow them. And yourself, you don't enter them, enter their house, their village, their area, their society, their community, their country, you not enter, because you think you are very high. This is the big discrimination working inside us. Then you have to remove this discrimination, and you have not any kind of choice. You kind of give up. You have to give up this. If you can sacrifice this, then you can win the world, win the whole world, all people. All people will stand with you, listen to you, learn you, follow you, bow to you. But it is stop. That's why very important. You have to learn how to work with all people, all category people. This our world. Not all people rich, super rich, not all people middle class, not all people are poor. There are many, most of the poor our walls. Half 50% people are poor, and many language there, many culture, many tradition, many lifestyle. You have to first learn their lifestyle, culture, tradition, language, their behavior. You have to know that. You have to learn. Then you can act with them. Then we will be succeed. That can be our part of our life. You will be part of their life. This is the way we can win the world, benefit ourselves, benefit the world, all living human beings. Very important thing. Thank you so much, all brothers and sisters. Please share.